Hey guys, my name is Joseph, and the purpose of this actual video is to show off Computecoin's major improvements and execution of a simple ERC20 smart contract on our second testnet, Huygens. So, as you've known, if you've been watching our webinars or participating within our community, Huygens is a very great milestone for the Compucoin team. Huygens is fully compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine and the Web3 standard. This compatibility allows the transition of ETH smart contract developers to CCN with a pretty much flat learning curve, which is essential to the development of just everything. Developers are able to use the popular smart contract development tools such as Truffle and Hardhat, and we'll actually dive into the content and use those development tools. So who are these videos for? Who is the audience? The audience of this video series are developers looking to interact with our Computecoin Huygens Testnet and deploy contracts on our mainnet when it does get releases. You will have to have a decent or fair amount of knowledge in smart contract development, and it is important to note that all of our information has a detailed description on our Gitbook documentation and on our GitHub. I will show more of this later. So let's initiate just something here to show you how the smart contract actually runs. Excuse this. There we go. Should be able to see my video. And let's go here. So, what you're seeing on screen right now is a simple ERC20 contract. It is imported from the Open Zeppelin library, and it just has a simple function called mint, as we could see, which allows the owner of the contract to mint more ERC20 tokens later. But before you start, you must set up your Hardhat environment variables. So as we go into hardhat config.js file, you can see two networks. We have Huygens Dev and Huygens. On the Huygens testnet, which is just Huygens, the tokens actually have a price and are trading. So that's not really primed for development or optimal. This is the reason we have our Huygens DevNet. So if you're developing, I recommend you hop on over to our Huygens DevNet. Queuing into the next thing, it is very important that we copy over the contents of our env file to a new env file. So within the repository we have a .env example, and we're going to have to copy these over to a new .env file. As you can see, we have already set up our RPC URLs within this .env file. The only missing piece is our actual private key, which is used to deploy and develop these smart contracts. So we're going to have to get that information. In order to get that information, you should have already installed your Ale wallet. As you can see here, we are on the Huygens testnet already, and we have about 10 CCN tokens. So here we're going to export our private key, and you're just going to do that by simply clicking Export Private Key, entering your password, and copying your private key. Once you copy your private key, make sure you paste it into the Huygens private key section. And you could do that for both networks. It is important to know that you don't actually have to use the same wallet for both networks. You could use as many wallets as you want, or as many private keys essentially. So looking down in our terminal, it is important to first run the installation of our dependencies. You could see I typed the command npm.i, which allows us to run the program, and this command includes the installation and dependencies of the Open Zeppelin library, but this command was already ran, so we're going to skip this step. So we're going to go right into running the script. In this script executes our contract.js, which actually deploys our contract. So what we're going to do here is actually dive into the contract very briefly. So in our contract.js, again, it just goes over that simple function of checking the initial balance of our ERC20 tokens, then minting an additional 5,000, and then it actually checks the balance again, as we can see. So after just doing a bit of an overview of the contract that we have and the script we're going to run the script. So if you just pay attention to the terminal, the bash window down below, we'll see our results. And we could see here that we actually failed, right? Invalid parameters, invalid account. Okay, and this was expected. Okay, you first have to import your account to use and develop the smart contract to unlock and use a node. This is a compromise on our current testnet and will not be present in our mainnet. So it's important to know that that this is just a compromise. Once our mainnet is released, this feature will be removed. It's important to please read our Web3 compatibility document in our GitHub, and it explains why and the reason you have to import the account. Currently, Huygens only supports the EVM version Constantinople, but the latest EVM version will in fact be subnet. So our next step is to go to our Postman tool, and the import account needs a key store file. So in our import account, we're just going to navigate to that, and we're actually going to go and grab our key store file. And we could do this simply by exporting our private key store file and downloading it to our local disk. Here, you're going to have to make a new key store password once you download it. When the file is downloaded, you're going to have to open up a bash window and actually view the contents of the file. So as we can see now it's downloaded, I'm going to open it up here. And we're going to copy the contents of our file and actually post it into our Postman account_import. Very briefly, for the purposes of format, you'll see me go over in backslashes to correct the actual key store file so it runs and executes. So once the format is completed, we're going to go ahead and actually run the account_import. It's important to double check your URL though to match with the node and RPC node that you're actually running on. So as you can see, our Huygens URL is 13.212 and our Huygens dev has a separate URL. Here we're running on our Huygens, so we're going to use Huygens. What I'm going to do here is click send, and you can see the message is OK. Be sure to copy your actual wallet address / account, and we're going to move on to the account unlock. Once we move on to the account unlock, we're going to simply paste our account in the actual section that says account, and then we're going to enter our password associated with that account. That unlocks the wallet. So once we unlock the wallet, again, double check your URL, make sure you're running on the proper node. We're going to click send. You could see here an error prompted. Again, it's because of a format error. We're going to place a comma at the end and we are good to go. So the message was OK, which is great. Now we have imported and unlocked our account, so we could go ahead and rerun the command. So you could see me put the command in the terminal window here. And here, once we rerun the command, we could see the script and the contract runs. It checks the initial balance, mints 5,000 tokens in the background, and then checks our new balance, which we could see here is now that very big number plus 5,000. So this is just a simple demo um, explaining and showing how to import and unlock an account using our Huygens nodes and potentially our Huygens dev nodes in development of a smart contract. Again, we do have that compromise where you have to actually export your key store file um, and but it's important to note that all this really did, this simple demo, is showed the deployment of a smart contract, sending a transaction to the contract, which is deployed. So for more details, it's important to check some of our resources. For our smart contract development and any information, you're going to navigate to our Computecoin network or GitHub. You could actually navigate very seamlessly just by using our docs function up here. It'll directly bring you to the GitHub. So in here you will see again that Web3 compatibility. If you want to dive through this, it's important that you do. And we could see other necessary information here. We also have the RPC URLs if needed. Another important section is our other documentation is our RPC interfaces here, which will help you when using Postman to actually account unlock and account import. So we could see these here, and this will be your necessary documentation to navigate through that process. So another important resource is our GitHub. You could find that simply by navigating to github.com/computecoin-network, and all of the example test scripts and ERC20 contracts have been uploaded. So please feel free to download them, mess around with them, play with them, develop your own a little bit, and just tinker with it. I'd be happy to see what the community comes up with and actually develops. So I'm looking forward to that. And it is always important to stay up to date with all the information and ensure that you're getting all the details or ask any questions, okay, or just chat about development. Be sure to join our Discord. We do have a channel there. It is a new channel, so be sure to go there. Even if it's just an idea, come stop by and say the idea. So simply you could just subscribe to our Discord by coming down, clicking our Discord. You're going to have to join, go through our necessary process, and then you can see here we're in our Discord. So I want to thank you all for watching this video. We're going to have a series of videos that are actually getting released, just explaining more some of the development, just a video for people to follow along with, and I hope you all enjoy. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Cheers.